those hipsters I wanna dance.
I said, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop talking to me. Stop, don't stop, don't stop.
Hey guys, what is up? This is CubeWack here, and welcome to my third Nightfall video. This week, the Nightfall was on the Moon Raid with Fogoth. I forget what it's called. I think it's called the something grounds or the pit, the breeding pit. I don't know. It might say. No, it didn't say. It's something though. But pretty much, I haven't really done a video on this Nightfall either, or this video, so I don't want to spoil too much if you haven't seen this strike. So yeah, but it is on the moon. It is the only strike on the moon as of now. And we're going to fast forward here all the way until the final boss to save time and like a whole bunch of kind of camping, because this was probably the hardest Nightfall I've done to date. So yeah, but this actually, it took us, we did it pretty fast, but it was still pretty challenging. But here, the weapon I am using actually right now, this auto rifle. This is Atheon's Epilogue, and or Atheon's Epilogue, however you want to say it. And that is a raid weapon that I just received right before we actually did this. And it is really good. Well, it's kind of good. I don't know. It's really good at the raid. But this week, the buff was actually arc damage, which is why I'm using this crappy fusion rifle. But the Atheon's Epilogue is an auto rifle that does void damage. So if the buff was void damage, it would be just out of this freaking world, dude. It would be intense. It would be doing all sorts of damage. But yeah. I actually, this part here actually was really hard. We're allowed to die right here because we can still respawn at the moment. But this part just sucked. But as you saw, I just switched there from my crappy fusion rifle to my icebreaker because, well, a sniper it did too. It proved to be better than that fusion rifle, just because it does more damage overall. And we actually all died right there, and that would have really sucked if we were farther in. And that happened because we would have had to restart from the very, very beginning. But luckily that happened at the beginning where we're still allowed to die. And there goes the wizard. And now this part coming up here was probably the most challenging part. It's because there's like 3 waves here that are just all so freaking intense. And yeah. Hold on. But yeah, see here, we got all of these. These are actually really tough compared to usual because they had those yellow titles. And they were just taking all sorts of damage. Right there, I actually, well, I'm not going to take all the credit. We actually got them all because we killed one and the explosion kind of just chained to the rest. And as you can see, I'm obviously playing as my hunter for this because none of my other characters are really good enough for the Nightfall yet. My warlock is 25, almost 26, so he's getting there. But he is not quite there completely. This rocket launcher right here is actually called Truth. It is a exotic rocket launcher that does void damage, and if I upgrade it, which I don't have the ability to do yet, it would have heat-seeking missiles. That's what I'm trying to remember. And that's actually the reason I bought it, because the heat-seeking missiles sounded really cool, and I'm actually looking forward to the upgrade. But I don't really use this weapon that much, so it might be a while. But my old rocket launcher is actually probably way better than this one, my legendary one. I put that on my warlock kind of to give it some good stuff. And I also put the rewards I got from this Nightfall on my warlock, which I'm not going to spoil that, of course. But I will say that the rewards that we got for warlock were actually pretty freaking good. They were not, or did I say for warlock? The rewards we got from the Nightfall, all 3 of us actually got something decent. I mean, the other 2, they weren't too satisfied with theirs, because I think they both got repeats of items they already had. Whereas for me, I got an item I had never had before, and I don't think either of them even have. I think my item's actually kind of rare to get, but I was actually pretty satisfied with it. So you will be seeing that at the end, but here we go. We're actually right here. We're already on the 3rd and final wave. The first 2 waves went by really fast when we did this. Even when it wasn't fast forwarded, I just felt like the first 2 went really fast. But this right here, a whole bunch of wizards spawned in. And this part gets really intense, as you'll see. And this weapon I'm using right here is actually the exotic auto rifle called the Hardlight. And it is not that great either, but that's because it has no upgrades on it yet at all. And that's just kind of how a lot of weapons in this game work. You got to get a lot of upgrades before they get good. Because a lot of people, they'll say, oh, hard light sucks, and all that. They'll just say how bad the weapon is. And then my friend said, hey, it's not half bad fully upgraded. But mine, obviously, I haven't upgraded it at all yet because I haven't used it enough. I haven't even upgraded my icebreaker that much, and I use that all the time. But I am working on those two right now. And right here, I think I actually died on the way up. Like, we had a revive train going up the stairs or something. Well, I died again because he freaking just destroyed me. And right here, actually, Max was all alone. And then the wizards flew away, so he was able to revive us. And then the wizards came back. This part, though, really the only, like, good method of killing the wizards here on the Nightfall, and probably the weekly heroic, I still have to do the weekly heroic, is coming back here and just sniping them as much as you can. One of the reasons Icebreaker is actually a pretty good choice for this right here is because wizards have solar shields, and that's the damage the Icebreaker does. So the Icebreaker could drop their shields pretty fast, even if the buff is arc, and we actually destroyed that guy really fast. And then I died, and that was actually really freaking close. Really close. I thought we all died, and then I think we might have, and then Butter self-resurrected. I mean, I don't know. I'm getting into a habit of calling him Butter on videos and just like when we play. And that's not good because like I know him in person and it's really weird when I call him Butter. But yeah, here we go. Oh, I'm dead. I'm definitely dead. And there we finished all 3 waves. And now we are headed down deeper, and then there's like this little short section right here that you don't really, well, this part here you have to do with the ogre and stuff, but these guys, these thralls started coming in, and melees, the light switch buff is on for them, which means their melee damage is absolute, like it just one-shots you from anything, and that really sucks. But, But, okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting really sidetracked right here. But sorry about that little short section. But this part right here actually is completely optional, I think. But it would be a little bit challenging to just run through this. So, yeah, we actually, this part over here, we actually wasted, like, a lot of time. Not really too much, but I went down here. That was the wrong way at first. And then I turned around because I realized, like, oh, I'm not supposed to go down here. And then I was about to go the right way. And then I realized they were just shooting these people. And they said, oh, there's hollowed knights down there. And I was like, that's a regular knight. And then they're like, no, not right there. And then coming up here, you'll see what I'm talking about. Max actually just made a run for it, so I went with him. And he died right there to a hollowed knight. And that's what the hollowed knight, where they were. And right here, now we're back in normal speed because we are approaching the final boss, which actually takes up like 12 minutes, I think. And that's because a lot of the time, we couldn't even really do damage to him, because we had to be really cautious of other enemies. But there he is, and his weak spot, despite being a ogre, his weak spot was in the middle of his stomach rather than his head, because he is the quote-unquote abomination. And yeah, all these enemies just started kind of rushing in. But if you look at the mini-map, that red circle, that indicates that the Shrieker's there. And you want to get out of there because I think it's called the Shrieker. Yeah, it's either the Shrieker or the Screecher, I can't remember. But that thing just does absolute work to you, and it is not a good time at all having to deal with that thing. And it could do some pretty bad damage. Even when you kill it, you'll see what happens when you kill it later on, because we killed it a few times. It does some freaking crazy, like, aftermath. But right here, I actually just used my icebreaker the whole time, really, but right there, Butter actually died, so I saved him. But then they start spawning in like crazy through that door and stuff, and it's actually a good thing that I was playing as the Blade Dancer rather than a Gunslinger for this, because I do have arc damage grenades. And I think either after this or before this, I unlocked the ability to go invisible. But I think I totally no, I don't think I had it during this, or else I would have been using it more often. But the Shrieker is there, and it just disappeared. And yeah, there's just a lot of crap in here. And we actually, I think we killed this knight, right? Well, we tried, and then it started getting all weird on us. And yeah, but Yeah, we just kept killing crap pretty much. And then the Shrieker spawned again. And we killed it right there. And you'll see, look at all those little orbs are what the Shrieker sends out once it is dead. It'll send all those out, and I think they do void damage. But they will just pretty much blow up on you. I was seeing if I could shoot him, because I thought that's what Max was doing. But I think he was actually shooting the boss. And then right here, we all kind of ran out and started just unloading on the boss as much as we could. Couldn't really get any crits on him, or as they would be called, precision damage in Destiny. We did as much as we could, and yeah. I was actually right there. I was missing a lot of shots because I was kind of shooting his arm. And I didn't even realize the Shrieker was there until I looked, because I didn't realize the minimap thing until about halfway through this boss. And we still got like another, I think, probably like another 8 minutes of boss. Or 7 minutes of boss, and then like I have like 2 minutes after the fact, because a lot of the time I'll end up cutting the recording right after I finish it, and I won't really have time to recap what happened. But I actually left myself some leeway this time to kind of look at the rewards and stuff and discuss them. And this week this is probably my favorite Nightfall reward I've gotten thus far, and it's pretty good so far. I mean, I still have to upgrade it a lot, so that I could get a lot better stuff with it, because it already has pretty good, never mind, I think that's going to spoil it if I say it, but it already has pretty good stuff, but it could have better stuff if I start upgrading it. It has a lot of good perks and stuff, and I will tell you it is an exotic, so you could kind of guess which exotic it is, and it's actually a good exotic. It's probably my second favorite exotic weapon that I now own. And yeah, I put that on my Warlock, so my Warlock could have some better weapons. And as you saw right there, the Wizard actually teleported, because the Wizards, for some reason, they just don't like staying in here. And they just teleport right on out. And right there, those 3 Knights, that was very unexpected, and they did a lot of freaking murking on me. Actually took down their shields, though, which was good. But now we have to wait, kind of, for them, for my grenade to recharge and all that, and they did not feel like going away, so we just kind of had to kill them all. I think it took us some time actually to kill these knights. But yeah, the boss would have been a lot faster if all this stuff didn't keep rushing us in here. But life is what life is, so we just kind of got to deal with it. I mean, if it was any other way, this would be really easy. Right here, I got stupid and I was like, hey, I'm gonna take one out. So I took one out. I died in the process, but I took it out. And then there was that other one, just one more. I was doing that Blade Dancer thing, and wait! I just got a Twitter message that said wait. But yeah, I think we killed that knight while my phone was interrupting me. But I really gotta start just turning my phone off when I record. I mean, I told myself it wouldn't be that big of a deal if I checked it now and then for this, since it is like a freaking just a commentary, and I'm actually not playing right now. But yeah, that thing right there, I actually kind of wasted my grenade on it since it was already pretty dead. And I could have probably used it on that guy, even though we did quite work to him. And the Shrieker actually spawned in right now, and I think later on, I don't think I've killed one myself yet, but you'll see later on I do start killing them. I like take charge of killing them, kind of. And right here, I was actually seeing if I can get an aim on the boss, because Butter Max, he was actually being able to shoot the boss from in here, and I was kind of trying to see if I could get a good angle on him, but I couldn't. I actually shot right there. I didn't know if that was like his head or something, but it wasn't. And right here, we actually all ran out, and that green engram right there, it was calling my name the whole time. Like, it was just, I was getting really OCD about it, just chilling there. But I was scared to actually go out and get it, of course, because you see what that guy's doing. And right there, I was actually shooting them more than I was shooting the boss. And then the Shrieker spawned in when I was aiming down the sights with a weapon that wasn't my primary, so I didn't see my radar. And I actually canned right there, as you can see. I was aiming with my primary, and I still saw the radar. And I was actually testing that right there at that moment to see, like, this works, right? Because I have the Knucklehead radar helmet, which has an upgrade that does that, considering it's fully upgraded, which is really good. And yeah, but right there, I think that was my grenade, I can't remember, but it was just doing that damage. And right here, I think we actually got quite a bit of damage in on the boss, especially since these guys here, just kind of cleared us a path after we killed that knight. And then the Shrieker spawned in, so I ran away. And Max actually stayed out there because the boss was getting close. And right here, I actually, I shot it for a while, and then I just threw a grenade at it because I was like, I have arc buff, so this is where I started killing them because I figured, like, why not? I got the grenades for it, and I'm not using them for much else anyways. So right here, I think there's actually some stuff in the doorway, which is why I came back. Also, because my health was dropping. Well, I just really pulled a dick move on this Twitter message, so yeah, that was kind of funny, I guess, if you knew the situation. It was kind of like ironic dick move. Right here, I actually just went straight in for one grenade, and I ended up killing him because of the arc buff this week, and that was actually really cool because it just totally freaking demolished that thing. And then its freaking little martyrdoms started coming in and like killing us. Those things, they like swim around in the air, kind of like something else that's kind of gross, and I'm not gonna mention. But I think we're actually getting close. Yeah, look at his health. He is really close to dying now. And Butter died, and I was going to revive him, and then Cross Assassin did it. But I think somewhere along the line here on this mission, Butter actually dies, and I'm in the middle of reviving him, and he self-resurrects for whatever reason. And right here, I actually see, I just started throwing grenades at him whenever I could, just to get him out of the way. Right there, I think I kind of delayed a little bit, because I was making sure that was what they wanted me to do. And then these wizards started showing up, so we had to kind of, I don't know what it is with them. There's like a trick to getting them to teleport. I don't know if it's actually shooting them or just leaving them alone. But I just kind of shot them and then they'd leave, but sometimes they would just leave on their own. And yeah, but see, he's actually so close. I think we get him right here. Maybe not. Did we? I want to say we do, but... Oh no, I had to kill the Shrieker right here. Okay, yeah, we do get him right here, I believe, actually, because I killed that Shrieker. And then me and Cross came back here for a second, but he was so... No, we actually all came back here. But right there, no, actually, okay, that isn't where we self-resurrect. Maybe that already happened and I missed it. Maybe it was in the fast forward. But yeah, we're coming real close now to just killing everything. And yeah, but this wizard right here is actually, now it disappeared. But I think this, I know we're getting close. Yeah, this has to be it. Right there we, no. Oh yeah, I threw my grenade at him because right there, yeah, he died. That's right. And then I finally got that. It was just like a crappy auto rifle, but I just needed to get that because it was annoying me. And then, yeah, we gotta listen to this crap real quick. So I'll let you listen to this.
Of the dark has been slain, and our world spared another atrocity. But how many more hive abominations are still out there, growing among the darkness? I fear we may find out all too soon.
And right there is where I actually unlocked that, or somewhere along the lines of this, I unlocked that invisibility perk on the Blade Dancer, so I activated it right there as I dismantled my other crap that I didn't need. And right here, I think, is actually where we're looking at our rewards, or we're about to. And I got 500 Dead Orbit bounty for that because I had a Dead Orbit cloak on. But right here is our rewards, and I was super hyped on mine. We all got exotics. Look at that. He got the Hard Light. He down there got the Lucky Raspberry. And I got the Universal Remote. So, the Hard Light, that's the auto rifle I was using. Obviously, Max, he already has one. He already fully upgraded, and his is pretty good. So he's not going to use that. I think Cross Assassin already had the Lucky Raspberry, or else it's just not a good exotic for him. So he ended up dismantling that, I think. And then me, I was the only one really satisfied with mine. I was super hyped on the Universal Remote, because it is a shotgun that takes up your primary spot. So you could pretty much dual run shotguns in Crucible and just run that place. But yeah, that thing is just, I am still super hyped on that. I put that on my Warlock so I could use it in Crucible and just kind of mess around, get it leveled up more while I get possible drops from my Warlock. Because I'm more interested in Warlock stuff right now than Hunter stuff, because all I need for my Hunter is really Rapier. The Universal Remote, as you can see, it is up there in the primaries, and it's a shotgun. I love it. But yeah, so I actually was trying to decide what I wanted to do with all my stuff here. And I didn't know. I was like, do I want to put Hard Light on my Warlock and keep the Atheons or what? But I ended up only giving it the Universal Remote. And right there, Magazine 5 and all that stuff. And you can see the perks down there. Like range and precision damage when you're aiming down the sights. If you upgrade that, that is really good. This weapon is supposedly one of the best weapons in Crucible in PvP. But yeah, you can see all that stuff right there. I'm actually looking to all the stuff. But the video is gonna stop soon. So if you guys enjoyed this Nightfall video, please leave a like to show your support. And as always, I am Cuboac. I am signing out with my Universal Remote. I love that thing. And I have the Found Verdict. That's pretty cool. But I am signing out with the Universal Remote. And I will catch all of you guys in the next Nightfall / Weekly Heroic, whichever one I upload. So, peace!